I will give a very objective assessment of what I saw and what I heard. I visited the scenes of occurrence in various parts of Coach Bihar. I heard from the people's representatives, including the MP and the MLAs. I heard the people representing various political parties, almost all the political parties contesting this election. Let me express my subjective opinion now. Bengal is a place where Gurudev Rabindranath Thakur spoke about where the mind is without fear and the head is held high. After visiting the places of occurrence of violence, I am sad and shocked and in a way shattered and deeply pained to say that these places which I visited, there it is not the land, there the mind is filled with fear and the head cannot be held high. That is not what we expect in a democratic setup. I will confine myself to what I saw, what I heard. I went to the places of occurrence of violence. I had a sad spectacle of mothers who lost their child. The wife was widowed abruptly because the rowdies finished off the husband. I could see children who were suddenly became orphaned because the father is not there. There is a fear psychosis wherever I visited. Now, I said I'll be objective. This is a fact-finding mission for me, not a fault-finding mission. What is the way ahead? The way ahead is that all the forces, all the stakeholders should come together. Yes, fight out this era of violence, at least in certain pockets of Coach Bihar. We have to be objective. During election, who is the authority? Who has the power? Who has the responsibility to provide protection for the voters? During election, it is to the election commissioner. During election, at the center, it is the central election commissioner. In the state, it is the state election commissioner. I appointed the election commissioner. From his track record, he is a competent officer. I have no reason to distrust his competence, but that competence should be brought to bear upon the election system also. The system should be made well-oiled and fighting fit. Now coming to the brass tacks. Strict instructions have to be issued by the Election Commission, which I think the Commission will do it soon. Action should be taken. What people want is action, not an excuse for inaction. The High Court of Calcutta, they are clearly, specifically, in no unequivocal terms, they have laid down what is to be done to make the election free and fair, how to make people be fearless in the face of election. These instructions are to be carried out in letter and spirit. That is what is required. I, as a governor, is not there to interfere in the domain of any other constitutional authority. My role will be to facilitate or provide an enabling environment for my constitutional colleagues to discharge their duties seamlessly. Therefore, no direction will be given, but some suggestions in my capacity as an ordinary citizen of India with 45 years of experience in public administration, having conducted many elections, in the various states, I would say there are certain steps which are open for the authorities to take and take immediately. Number one, as ordered by the Honorable High Court, deploy adequate central forces in Cooch Behar, particularly in the vulnerable areas where violence has taken place. Number two, there is only an option, not a direction. The second option is conduct effective raids to unearth pistols, firearms, explosives, bombs. Then go for preventive arrest in a massive way. Preventive arrest of all the wrongdoers, those perpetrators of crime, the goons, the musclemen. Take preventive action, arrest them. Then 2-3 names I have heard during my visit being paraded with fear and loath by the affected people. 2-3 names, even here I heard. They are the gang leaders. One such name was mentioned by the Honorable High Court also. I do not want to name them, but we should not allow these gang leaders to hold society to ransom. Yes, we should arrest them here and now. Arrest them, put them behind bars. Yes, this is not an impossible thing. You know, when we look at the contemporary history, we had Al Capone. Al Capone, in Italian, his name Al Capone, the Chicago mafia chief. He was responsible for liquidating 1,000 innocent human beings. Finally, he also surrendered under the iron hands of law. The Colombian mafia, Escobar and group, they had a private army of 35,000 trained soldiers. They were also crushed under the iron hands of law. 2 or 3 goons, I'm sorry for using the word, some of them happen to be respected public men. Whatever it is, action has to be taken against the goon leaders who hold society to ransom. These are all my options which I am suggesting to the powers that be. Let us not forget that in the democracy, which is an evolutionary process, India has accepted the British model of democracy. In Britain, a few decades back, they had what is called pocket boroughs and rotten boroughs. Pocket boroughs are constituencies which are within the pocket of some lords. They will decide who will contest here. They will decide who will win here. Then the rotten boroughs. There is no such constituency. Imaginary constituencies, notional constituencies created. The power of law to declare, yes, so and so contested here, so and so voted here, so and so won here. But that is 100 years back. We cannot have it now. This is modern democracy. We have to come together, keep together, work together. Now, this process is to be led by the State Election Commissioner. Today, there was a case which came up before me where a lady said this morning her house was bombed. This was immediately taken up with the State Election Commissioner, and quickly he responded. Instructions have been given to the police. Now, before I address you, I got the reply that the police has given their report. So action is being taken. Action will be taken. What people want is action, not an excuse for inaction. We will stand together. We will stem this rout. Yes, we want to assert the sovereignty of the people. It is we the people who frame the Constitution. We the people will win. We cannot allow society to be taken to ransom by certain misguided elements and miscreants. This is a commitment of the people of Bengal. As a humble senior citizen, I will be with them. We will see that this time elections will be fought in a free and fair manner. Fearlessly, people will come to vote and people's sovereignty will be re-established in the soil of Cooch Behar.